wasting any daylight hours today, so we actually got the surfers out there. There was waves approaching, so bang, they sounded the hooter, and we're underway here with the first heat of the morning. We've got to get through the rest of the round of 16 and set up the quarterfinal bracket on the men's side. Ethan Ewing sitting number 2 on the rankings at the moment. Seth Moniz just outside the cut line at this stage of the game, Rich. Well, here's the 4.67 from Seth early on in the heat.
Yeah, so the first wave ridden of the day, and it looks like a little barrel on the end section there for Seth. So we haven't seen too many barrels in this event.
Yeah, absolutely, and just with conditions the way they are, you know, it sort of doesn't fall into Seth's favour as we see live action.
Look at that extra size in the swell today as Seth rips into that first turn. This wave's starting to taper off, and he's going to give up on this one, but a big set exploding on the outside too.
And this was a replay of that 3.83, so a nice hook to start things off. And another one here just loses a bit of momentum and has to pet the kitty there to get the momentum, the ride out of that. And he's faced with a 4-wave set.
And have that belief, and this is the moment he needs to let it all hang out and shine. But you know, Doug Silver is a real character. Here we go, Ethan Ewing.
This is what Seth's up against though. Ethan Ewing, the world number 2 at the moment. Put him on a big right-hander and he's going to be very dominant. But this wave has been a little sleepy so far. Let's see how he can finish it off. This gets a little swamped in the whitewater there. Chances for this battle to seesaw.
Yeah, Ethan up and riding, and you know, this is what this guy does. He cuts deep into the water. These calves, so much power and intent behind them. This one, just a series of cutbacks. So
Ethan Ewing, as we see Seth, wave number 3 for him. Good looking section standing up here. Digs in on the first turn. Nice layback to get started. Up into the pocket again. Winds through a top carve, but doesn't really get too much out of it. But does really well on the inside here. Nice little tail drop over the boiling section of water, and there is jet ski assist on offer for the competitors this morning.
And on that one, I love the first turn on this wave, Matt. Really dug into it.
Huge bottom turn, and that hooking it in the pocket with a little layback variation, and up again for this nice searing re-entry, nice pace, eyeing off this end section, and he didn't finish his last one. So here it sucks out, the ledge goes dry, and he rides out. So that's going to be a nice score, maybe his best one yet, and showing some variety and some composure. This first turn, this is where the money's going to be at. Look at that, it right in the hook of the pocket, digs the rail, the whole rail engaged, but he stays really high and he aligns himself up for this next bottom turn, and he gets a nice wrapping turn. And that wave tapered off a little bit, but staying on top of his board, staying centered, not pushing it too far, and eyeing off this end section, knowing it's going to suck. Look at that, it's just completely dry under him. He stays really high, steps right on the tail here to lift the nose up, and just skips on top of the ledge there. So there's a lot of drum.
Headed out into this big open ocean, almost bomby-like wave, and tackled it. No wetsuits. Legends. Here we go. Seth up again, trying to drop a 4.67 to increase his lead here. Just staying really busy in the free surfs over the last few days. I got to say, I think Ethan's looked the best. So strong. Here's a replay of that last wave for Seth.
A big swooping cut back into the whitewash here. Seth just patiently waiting for this next section. Just gets another little top turn and then just hits the eject button.
As we see Ethan with one of the deepest, most drawn out bottom turns we've probably seen in the event. Unfortunately for Ethan, the wave completely laid flat on him.
Yeah, Ethan just hasn't really connected with one of those.
Looked confident around the event site the past couple of days as Ethan looks to drop his best number here. Needs a 6.57 to get ahead of Seth. Bit of foam on the face, but he still cuts a deep rail line through it and gets a tidy finish here.
He's just, that's that adaptability that you need to have in these conditions.
Ethan Ewing here just cuts a nice carve there. Roundhouse cut back, full rebound off the foam, and another. Comes through to the inside, good flow, but a foamy wave.
This will be his best wave on the outside though. The hungry Seth Moniz up on wave number 5. Working this one over. The surfers have been struggling to connect with really steep sections, but Seth finds a couple here to finish this wave off. Great combination from him.
Too spectacular. Seth, a little bit cleaner, Matt.
And yeah, Seth, this is that 4-turn combo. A couple of nice wraps to start. A little foamy on the end of that. Tail slide was nice, carrying some momentum through here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the camera angle was different to Ethan's. This is the camera down the line. This is that front angle, the comparison. So, nice turn there. So that one actually looks a little nice. Gets caught at the end there. Little bigger wave from the front angle. And a searing carve here. Stays in that top third of the wave. And wraps it all the way back around to the pocket. And then here, eyes off this tail slide. See him up here staying centered over his board. And kicks the tail there. So that's a beautiful turn. This angle is actually playing into Seth's favor. And he's not done yet. Making his way through to the inside and gets a nice completion.
Yeah, probably the single most dynamic move laid down in the heat so far, but on the inside. One thing that Seth's going to have to watch, those rail turns on the outside. As we see Seth, who's leading Ethan Ewing at the moment, take off again. Building nicely in this heat, getting well rewarded on his previous wave at 6.5. And on the attack once again, trying to better a 5.23 on this one. Ethan at the moment chasing a 5.81. Hasn't really looking to climb a few rungs on the ladder.
Yeah, Seth Moniz here. Two-stage carve down, the opening manoeuvre. Big wrapping roundhouse through to the inside, stands up, connects with it. The angle's a little soft on that final manoeuvre, but just getting this work done. His wave rate right up there, staying super busy. You're just looking at Ethan Ewing's score on that last wave, the 5.93. As we watch Seth again, just the technique, beautiful. You can see that rounded pintail, just biting into the wave face. It's nice and low off the bottom. Keeping all that momentum as he brings that cutback all the way round. Staying nice and high on the wave. Drawing off the bottom again. Connects with the lip. Doesn't over-rotate. Little airdrop. Finishes it off.
This is an amazing turnaround in form for Seth. Just that he's run through this contest so far. Adriano de Souza, he's been hanging around the event, was coaching Leonardo Fioravanti. But then as a QS, a lot of champions, surfers winning through in the event there. The greats victorious at this venue as we see Ethan now with his first real solid opportunity. Chasing a 5.95. Nice top turn there. Big section to hit at the end of this one. Tricky, but does well to hang on for the finish. Probably one of the tallest hunks of whitewater to bank into so far this morning.
Behind him, second wave of the set. Ethan, another late drop, draws off the bottom. Very smooth. Sizzling little cut back into the whitewash. Great patience there, waiting for this section. That was a nice clean carve. And then here, that big wall of whitewash comes at him. And he just manhandles it.
The critical sections of these waves, I don't think it's as steep as maybe it looks at times, but Seth's going to try and make something of this wave. Beautiful turn to get started. One of the strongest opening moves we've seen in this heat so far. Just transitioning now, adding extras, hoping this one stands up for him on the inside. And he's going to get bumped off, unfortunately, but...
Well, it started off good. Another deep bottom turn there, a little bit chattery. Nice opening slash, and this one just another replicating that top turn carve. And here he needed to finish it, lays down flat, so he's carrying that momentum and it gets really turbulent. It hits the lip line and unable to ride out. And I mean, it's so shallow there, as we know, and all the turbulence, but some really good signs here, but he just didn't get the finish. And I can't see that this wave's going to get that score, but be an interesting thing to know.
You can feel that pressure building, and Seth's not going to waste any time out the back. He's going to get surfing, digs in on the first turn, trying to save his place on this tour. Huge floating re-entry.
Wow.
And in a heat rich that's been short on highlight manoeuvres, that stands out.
Yeah, it does. Big final section.
He lined up that final section, and sometimes the bigger ones are a little easier to read without the bump and boil of those smaller waves. They draw off the reef a little different.
So eyes down the line, and a solid wave for Seth, and nice snapping hook there to start. And here it all comes down to that, hits the lip line, and a little bit of drama at the end, and rides out clean, gets that completion.
Ewing on the outside now. This might be his last opportunity to turn this heat with a number still coming for Seth. Oh, nice finish there as he climbs up over the shelf. So this is going to be a very close one, and he is definitely making sure that he gets back out in front of that whitewater and does a very good job to hang on to get the completion. Talk about heart. Let's have a look at what Ethan did on the outside.
Yeah, so holding that first bottom turn and that trademark top turn carve for Ethan. And again, hits the lip line there, just a little Rio, and lines up this end section and gets that layback throw and a little bit of airdrop at the end. So this is going to be a fantastic answer back for Ethan too, but needing the highest
confidence that would have been lacking coming into this event after a 33rd at Bells Beach. He was up against a guy that, you know, many believe is a great chance at breaking through for a world title this year based on his form. And it doesn't get tougher in big conditions, in big right-handers than overcoming Ethan Ewing, and Seth's done it here.